Hello everyone and welcome. In this lecture we'll learn about series. We'll see what series are and how to create series. Series is a one-dimensional labeled array and is capable of holding various data types like integers, floating numbers and strings. As usual, let's start by importing NumPy as NP and import pandas as PD. And to create series, we can simply use pandas method called series. So pandas PD dot series, and then we pass our data type or data, and then we'll specify index, some index. So this is the format to create a series. We use pandas series method, pd.series, and then we pass our data, and then we specify index. We can create series from dictionaries. We can create series from arrays, and we can use any scalar value to create series. So here we saw that we pass index values, and these index values serve to label the axis. If we don't pass any index, this series method will put index for us starting from 0. So it will put index 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. We'll see that later on. Now let's see how we can create series from arrays. Let's look at an example. So PD, as we saw earlier, pd.series, and then for this method NumPy has a random number generator. So let's use that, np.random.randn. Let's pass 6. So this will create 6 numbers randomly. So that's one method for NumPy. We'll be using this a lot often. Then let's pass index. Let's say A, B, C, D, and E and F. A, B, C, D, E, and F. And let's save this series object in a variable called, let's say, SS. So if I call my series object SS, we get a series. So this is a series, a one-dimensional labeled array. So here we have the index that we passed, and if we don't pass any index, this will be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And there's a method called index, so we can call the index method on our series object. So ss.index, this will give us all our indexes, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and our data type is object. Let's look at another example. Let's create another series. So pd.series, and we use NumPy's random.randn method, randn, and let's pass 10. So this will create a series object with 10 random numbers. And in this case, I'm not passing any index values. So if I run that, we get a series object. And here you see it assigns index values from 0 all the way through 9. So index will be length of our series minus 1, since indexing starts from 0. Now let's see how we can create series from dictionaries. Great. Let's say we have a dictionary object D1. I'll create a dictionary and pass keys and values. Let's say A, B, and then value is, let's say 5. C, value is 4. And then D, let's say 8. So we have our key and value combo in our dictionary, and we can use panda series method pd.series, and then we simply pass our dictionary object D1. Let's run it. So now we get a series. Notice here the dictionary keys serve as our index, and then the values are the values for our series. And the data type here is integer. And if we want to change the order of the series, we can specify the index by passing the indexes. For instance, instead of, so the way here it appears is A, B, C, D. If I want to see, let's say C at the beginning, I can pass the index attribute and then specify that. Let me show you what I mean. So pd.series, we have our dictionary1 object, and then we specify our index. Say index, let's say I want to see C first, followed by A, followed by B, and finally D. Run it. So in this case we have C first, and then A, followed by B and D.